Okay, hi, this is Rex, W1REX, and I'm just making a quick video to show some of the latest things I've been working on down here in the basement of my shop. Actually, the basement of my house. It is my shop. So the latest thing out there is these little sticks boards are back with the small little squares and a couple of surface mount SOICs. So that's now back in the lineup. It was discontinued because the circuit board houses said they couldn't make it, but I found somebody who could make it again. So anyway, that's back. The Me squares, the large Me squares with the 4 or 3 different patterns on the back. There's half squares, tri-squares, and then quad squares on the back. That's now 031 stock, so it matches up with all the other panels I have out there. The SOIs, the SMTs, and more SMT, SMDs, another sheet of those, and through-hole parts. So that collection of panels has been upgraded. Let's see, next thing on the list that I've been working on for a long time, and I finally got it put together, is I've been pretty fond of cigar boxes lately. I've been doing several things with them, but anyway, so I have now a cigar box, and I designed a panel that fits in this nice Juan Lopez box for the Exchequer. Now the panel is remote, so you can get in there and adjust all that kind of stuff, remote power switch. And I carved out a section of here so that you can get access to the panel for doing the crystal grinding nice and neat. Keeps it in a nice little box and keeps from getting damaged. Anyway, so I'm going to have those boxes up on the website with the laser cut sub panel. So that's 2 items that on the list. The third one is, let's see, I have so many. The third one is, this is the, let's see, my power lead fell out. This is the TTL transmitter that we had for 4 days in May. It was a billathon project that we did for the billathon, but it met the transmitter challenge that they had on club night, and we had just about everybody in the billers. They finished their kits, they took them over, and we took 2nd and 3rd place at the challenge. And this little TTL circuit transmitter was putting out in the neighborhood of 1 watt or more. We couldn't get any more out of it because our power supply in the billathon was only 12 volts, but they had 24 volt in the challenge, so you could crank it up. I've got an adjustable regulator with the with a pot adjustment on it. Places right here for a voltmeter, ammeter, so you can measure all the paraphernalia, all the parameters of the kit before your chip burns up. And we had two chips in the kit, so that the first one you took it to the limit carefully, and when it burned up, you knew where not to go again. Anyway, this kit is on the website now, and I've upgraded the board from the billathon, which had a few glitches on it, and this one works pretty good. As I say, we can get roughly 1 watt out of it as it is, but if you put a 24 volt power supply, I'm sure we could have got lots more out of it. Anyway, so that's kit number 2 that is finished. Let's see, the latest couple of billathons. The first billathon I had was the Tunatin 2 kit. That was back in December, and we did a Tunatin 2 with the with extra kits for a key, a dummy load, and an RF probe. And so we went all the way through the circuit with one of the billathons, one of the sessions, learning how to troubleshoot it after you had it built. We did a thorough theory on it. So that theory, build, and then troubleshooting. That was back in December. And then we had another kit. This is billathon number 2, which was a this is you can see the orange filament down there. You see there are no wires attached to this, but there's actually a 9-volt battery inside powering the filament. This goes in line between your transmitter and your antenna, and it sniffs the RF and lights something up. Let's see if I can. Okay, what we'll do is we'll quickly, here's a transmitter right here. We will see if we can very quickly put some power to it. Here's transmitter input. Here's the output of this transmitter. We'll hook some power up to this transmitter. We'll get a key involved. Okay, you saw it. Now I'm gonna. I don't have a dummy load on this, but I mean, it's no big deal. Not with a tuna tin 2. So here I'm actually going to key the transmitter, and you can see that. Whoops. Okay, there you go. So this actually sniffs the RF going up to your antenna and turns on some blue LEDs in sync with your keying. And it's just kind of a neat little way of monitoring what the heck you got it going out the door. So that's billathon number 2. Okay, let me disconnect all this stuff here. Put this away. Okay, set that aside. Put the key over here. And billathon number third kit that's going on is here is billathon number 3, which was I really went to the store like I do lots of times, looking for interesting tins to do QRP kits with, and this Cento anchovy can. I can't find an entire can. The ones I got right here on my bench are all been opened. It's beautiful. Oh, I got a lid here somewhere. Yeah. So here's the lid on the can, so it's an easy open can. So what we did is I designed a version of the Sudden Storm, one of the earlier versions of the Sudden Storm, and it's a no solder kit. So all the parts. Let's see if we can get up there close. All the parts, you prep them and you push them into the SIP sockets, and you build this thing without a soldering iron. Other than I cheated. You can put an antenna to it, you can put a 9-volt battery, and you can put a headphone into it without soldering. But it's a lot easier to make these little adapter cables so that they can just plug right into your push pins. Much easier to come on. Much easier to get stuff in and out of it. But that was the billathon number 3 kit. That was pretty popular, and we're going to do that. We're probably going to do this billathon again in another venue, most likely New England Division convention coming up in August. So anyway, that's another kit that just came out recently. We have a this is a Cento red anchovy can, and they came in 2 colors. And this is a blue can, and this is flat anchovies. The other one's rolled anchovies. So I designed this kit for the next billathon that's going to happen at LobsterCon. Again, we're going to attempt to live stream it from LobsterCon. It is a version of the Oner. It's built with Limerick construction, so the pads are like Manhattan pads. They're already laid down. The interconnects are all made. So all you got to do is solder each part to its corresponding pads, and it's a fairly simple circuit to build. The one is a nice, classic, easy to build transmitter. You got power coming in. You got your crystal and a little adjustment, output power. I put SIP sockets right here. This resistor allows you to change the output power, so you can sort of run it to the maximum and find out when your chip burn or your well, I mean, you can get about a watt out of it. So interesting. So that's going to happen July 20th, this month. Live stream Billathon. So here's a version. Here's what you get in the Billathon. So the SIPs are already soldered on the board. So all you got to do is put the various parts in the SIPs. I'm sorry. Kind of fun to build. Another part of the live stream Billathon coming up is I've got a proto board here, and this is straight Manhattan, but of course the pads are already laid out. And we're going to build a low-pass filter for that transmitter on there, so it'll be sort of 2 kits in one shot. So that should round that out. Let's see. I guess it comes to the big time now. I've been working on this one for quite a while, and it's a new case for the Rockmite. I haven't been able to sell a Rockmite for quite a long time, and indeed, there's the front panel of the Rockmite. Here's the back panel of the Rockmite. Everything is nice and neat. Nice little extruded aluminum case. I am going to get a screwdriver now because there's also an extra feature to this. I'm going to quickly spin off the back screws. So we take the screws off, and now this board comes off, and we will slide out the Rockmite. And this is not the Rockmite I've been selling. This is a new Rockmite 2 Plus, and if you don't happen to catch it, there is a band module right here that allows you to change both crystals at the same time, plus the band part. And then there's a low-pass filter module right there. So there's your stock base main board, and you can add a low-pass filter for whatever band you want. And we have 80, 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. They've all been worked out for the Rockmite, so you can build a low-pass filter for each one. And you can build a crystal board, which also has the oscillator values that change with the band. So you just put those on each thing, and so you have the twin crystals, one for the filter and one for the oscillator. And again, they just plug on the board. So I'll put the crystal board back on. So this is how easy it would be to change to a different band. Just make sure I got them lined up. And here's the low-pass filter board. And back into the case. You can put the board on the back. Now, if you're fooling around with band modules and whatnot, and you want to change, then you don't really have to put all 4 screws in. So I'll just quickly put. Oops. Sometimes magnetized screwdrivers are a pain in the butt. I'll see if I can't get that in there. That's right. There it goes. So, I mean, you only have to have one screw in there when you're when you want to change the modules. If you're at a situation where you want to do that a couple of times, you don't want to have to put all 4 of them in. But there's the new RockMite. I call it the RockMite 2 Plus. And everything else is... Oh, the other thing I didn't mention was the fact that the original RockMite, you had to have all those external parts, all the switches, the pots, and everything else was on cables. These are all on the circuit board. So there's no extra cabling or anything you have to do. You just build a board. All the parts are on it, and it's nice and clean. Now you don't have to put it in this case. You can just build it and put it in your own case. You can build a case out of circuit board material. The case is optional, but as you can see, we got it now. So I'm going to put cases back on the site, and I'll have the new RockMite. I'll still sell the old RockMite. I'm probably going to strip down the parts, so make it cheaper so that you can supply your own pots and whatnot. Those change depending upon where you put it, what kind of a case you put it in. Since I don't have cases for the original, I'm going to make the original even cheaper than it was before by optionizing the parts. Okay, so there's that one. And let's see, I'm going to move that in just for a little bit. And the last thing on the agenda is the rock topper, which I haven't really sold in quite a while, but it's now in the same kind of a case. Matching rig. There you go. There's the RockMite band module capable, and there's a band module capable of version of the rock topper, and in matching cases. So I'm going to pull this thing off. Do the same thing. Come on. It only takes a minute. Come on. Oops, I missed one. Being recalcitrant. Okay, come on. There it is. Okay. So we'll take the go. So pull the kit out, and you'll see same thing. Connectors and whatnot are all on board. The only thing you really have to wire externally. That's a little thing I'm going to fix. The only thing you have to do is run the RF in, RF out over to the connectors. But there's your band module right here, so you can again change it for any band you want to use. So you can get your 5 watts out of a RockMite with the band module changeable rock topper. So these will all be up on my website very soon. Probably tomorrow. I've been working on them for quite a long time. So there are the 2. Nice looking set. And I guess that's it for now. So we'll run this off, and I'll get this posted up on the website. If I'll run it by a couple of people, make sure that everybody understood what is going on, and we will we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Bye.